Welcome to channel 69, and you have Big Hurt with the Ghetto Report.
What's up? Big Hurt back with the Ghetto Report. We're gonna jump right into it. George Santos was recently kicked out of Congress. I ain't gonna say that's a good thing or a bad thing, but come on, when you're lying like that, they shouldn't keep you. But anyway, he was kicked out of Congress. But I want to say this about George Santos. You could tell that he's new to crime because he fought when he should have used that as a bargaining tool with his criminal case. Like, listen, if y'all dismiss this and that, I'll leave Congress peacefully. He should have never let them get to the hearing because now he loses his bargaining chip. But you know, when you messing with them dudes that's new to crime and just starting to commit it, a novice, he'll learn when to get the trailer. He missed his opportunity because most politicians, they resign and all that, get that other stuff off their back. He kind of let them play the only card he had. So he was kicked out of Congress, so he lost that bargaining chip. So we're gonna see what happens with him when his case does go to trial. We want to talk about a YouTuber and an Instagram comic, Slimeball MK, who was just recently arrested on a drug charge. Listen, Slimeball is a 23-year-old YouTuber who got into the game around 2018, and he's trying to get out the streets, you know what I'm saying? So we wishing Slimeball, that's a hell of a name too. I hope they don't come to court and have that in his paperwork. Listen, Slimeball is accused of such a, I hope they use his government name, but in any event, we wish Slimeball the best and hope that he gets that up off. Speaking of recent arrests, Kodak Black. Kodak Black was recently picked up on a drug charge, allegedly possessing drugs. So we want to talk about that for a minute, briefly, right? Now, let's look at that situation with Kodak Black for a minute. When Kodak Black was on Drink Champs, the entire online population felt that he was on the show and he was under the influence of something. So they figured that he was high on some type of drugs, allegedly. So if the whole online community felt that way, you can imagine the police felt that way too. But they figured, listen, this is an easy bus here. All we gotta do is follow Kodak around because, again, if you are a drug addict, it stands to reason that you're gonna be found possessing drugs sooner or later. You can't be an addict and not have no drugs or you're not indulged. It doesn't make sense. So by him going on the show, he kind of told on himself a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So I think that was an easy arrest for the police to run down on him. And if they found drugs on him, they probably took bets in the station house. Listen, what you want? Nobody want to bet against not finding drugs. So the bookie probably lost on that matter. But in any event, we want to say, because we was discussing it and debating it here at the Ghetto Report. Do you think that Drink Champs is starting to have the Vlad effect on their guests? You know what the Vlad effect is, right? A lot of guests go on Vlad and after that they find themselves incarcerated. Think Blue Boy, think Keefy D, just to name a few. So do you think that Drink Champs is starting to have the Vlad effect with guests going there and incriminate themselves because they lick it up or whatever and they're starting to get arrested? So we were debating that because Kodak Black, listen, that's a terrible thing, and we hope that Kodak Black comes out of that unscathed as well. We want to wish him the best too. We want to talk briefly also about...
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
$50 Cent and his beef with Diddy. Another suit was filed against Diddy, and we're going to get into that later on and probably in another Ghetto Report. But we want to talk about, because we was debating it in the studio, 50 Cent and his trolling of Diddy and other stars. Some people were saying that, I think Charlamagne called it a diabolical genius because he said Diddy inadvertently mentioned who paid Revolt, and that made Revolt push Diddy down. You know what I'm saying? So they saying like 50 inadvertently told who was paying the money and public like this, we're not going to support these companies if you keep supporting Revolt, because Diddy is still the chairman. So that's why Diddy stepped down. Charlamagne called 50 a diabolical genius, and Rick Ross took issue with that. Rick Ross was like, how can he be a diabolical genius when he filed bankruptcy several times? Diabolical geniuses don't file for bankruptcy. So that was a little jab at 50 from Rick Ross. And while we was discussing that, we started thinking, and we want to give a little word of advice to 50. The thing about this thing is, they say this in the art of war, Fifth. You never engage your enemy for too long, because if you engage your enemy for too long, they start to know your tactics, and they start to know how to maneuver around. Because when y'all first had that beef, him and Rick said he had to get out of it because Fifth was too invested. He watched Fifth for years and years troll different people, so I think he's getting on the Fifth's tactics. That's why he's not afraid to come back at Fifth. So maybe you should change it up, Fifth, because a lot of your enemies are watching you and they're starting to gauge your tactics, and they're not afraid and they're going to be coming at you. So we think that you should evolve a little bit and change. That was Big Hurt with another edition of the Ghetto Report. Big Hurt, I'm out. You buy shit from me all the time, so I'm playing. Yeah, what's up? It's easy peasy. I got the scar. I've been killing them with the gloves and the scarves. The gloves is gone because y'all copping too late, but I still got scarves left. And listen, if you miss the holiday, don't worry about it because it's gonna be cold all winter. You still can use the hat, the scarves and all that. Winter is a couple of months. So I got the scarves, I got them on the low. I'm in the projects all day and I got weed on the low too. So listen, just holla at Easy Peasy, you know what I'm saying? I give you a ball. Easy Peasy. Holla at me.